From a Paris jail, a social media titan walks away from a detention that has rocked cyberspace. Pavel Durov may not be a household name in the West, but in Russia, the former Soviet world, Africa, and the Middle East, his social media platform Telegram is a giant with more than 900 million users.
We care about freedom. Even our logo, the paper airplane, symbolizes freedom to move in 3 dimensions.
Durov's been released on €5 million bail, but must now stay in France and face charges that his platform has allowed criminal activity. Lev Gershenzon was the head of news for Russia's largest search engine, Yandex. Now in Germany, like many, he's aware of Telegram's reputation.
It's been used when people illegally are buying drugs, grass, marijuana, or some other dark things.
Those other dark things include allegations of child pornography and fraud. French President Emmanuel Macron has defended the extraordinary step of arresting the head of a social media platform for the content it carries.
La France est un pays qui protège la liberté d'expression.
He said France is a country that protects freedom of expression, and it protects and values innovation and entrepreneurs. But he said France is also a country of rule of law. At the heart of the French charges are allegations Telegram simply didn't respond to French inquiries about illegal activities on its platform.
The main accusation is that they were refusing to cooperate. And I believe that the refusal to cooperate means primarily the refusal to communicate properly.
Pavel Durov has earned a reputation for fiercely resisting any oversight of Telegram.
We at Telegram love blockchain.
He is somewhat of an enigma. He left Russia a decade ago after refusing to reveal the identities of communities of his hugely popular VK social media site. The Kremlin forced him to sell, and he relocated to Dubai and gained UAE and French citizenship. He has transformed himself professionally and physically.
By the way, it's my first public appearance and my first.
He runs one of the world's most popular apps, but his image is tightly controlled.
His Durov's appearances, the public appearances, I would say from the European and from the Western perspective, they're kind of weird. I mean, this latest interview with Tucker Carlson.
Pavel, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
In that interview in April with the conservative broadcaster, Durov shed some light on Telegram's pushback to attempts to control activity on the platform.
The rules themselves, they're pretty general, right? So there must be no violence, discrimination, publicly available, child abuse materials. It's hard to disagree with that.
Yes.
But then when they start to apply those rules, sometimes we are not agreeing with their interpretation.
Российское посольство во Франции потребовало у Франции.
Durov's detention was big news in Russia. The Kremlin was quick to point the finger, alleging this was another example of the West stifling free speech.
Elon Musk is free, Mark Zuckerberg is free, but Pavel Durov is now in prison. Why? Because he's Russian. He's a Russian by nationality and he's Russian by his citizenship. So he has been traced as a person to be a scapegoat for the West as an evil Russian.
But Lev Gershenzon believes there's another reason why Russia reacted so strongly to Durov's arrest.
Telegram as a messaging app is the primary tool for communication on the front line. They all use mainly Telegram. And so, of course, I guess they're very worried.
All over the world, including Africa, Russian mercenaries are reliant on Telegram. North Africa specialist Zainab Rabua says almost immediately after Durov's detention, fears spread Telegram's encryption codes could be compromised.
Right after his arrest, there were several reports from Russian mercenaries who used Telegram not only in Africa but also in Ukraine to exchange information, to exchange their geolocation and so on, and also for propaganda purposes. So it would maybe, I would say, really disarm them from using an important tool that was available to them.
Raboua believes Telegram's role in undermining French interests in Africa's sub-Saharan Sahel region may be one reason Paris decided to act.
Telegram not only precipitated the degradation of France's status in the Sahel, but it also drastically changed their military operations as they had to withdraw from Mali, they had to withdraw from Niger. Wagner mercenaries used Telegram to help military juntas with their coup d'etat. They completely changed the Sahel through Telegram.
As for Pavel Durov, his legal team will await more details from French prosecutors. Lev Gershenzon believes if this case does set a precedent of making platform operators legally responsible for criminal activity, it's overdue.
If they think, the authorities, that the platform and he was violating the French laws, it's more than appropriate to start this process. It might be a very good occasion for the whole industry to have this process